bird on a tree.
Hi, Caleb here with Siggers Photography, and today we're going to be looking at the Teal Ridge Wetlands in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so we set off from our car, stay cool, and we start into the Teal Ridge Wetlands. Now, a couple of rules on this one. No hunting, fishing, wading, or swimming. No pets. You have to stay on the trails. You can't feed the animals, and you're not allowed to take anything from the wetlands, meaning you can't take animals or anything like that. Now, I actually never knew this place existed, which is kind of crazy because I've lived in Stillwater my whole life, and yeah. Now, I just pointed out the trail. But yeah, so depending on the water level, you'll see different kinds of animals. That's the list of what you might see depending on the water level. Yeah. So the wetlands was created as a wildlife habitat, made for improving the quality of stormwater runoff because of the good bacteria in the water. Education, and just as an outdoor experience. Now, this place, you can definitely tell, is grown up over, kind of engulfing the path. Yeah. But yeah, it's a nice little walk. Didn't take but 15 minutes. And I took, how I am. I take the little side trails and take my time, so. But yeah, but if you're afraid of snakes or mice, maybe not the place for you, just because of the tall grass. There's plenty of places to hide, and they may, run out over your feet. Also, it's always safe to double check for ticks when you get home, because you don't want to get Lyme disease. And when removing a tick, just make sure you remove the head, because if you don't, you can get infected. Now we're going to take and cut off this little path right here. Now, it was sturdy for the most part, but I was still nervous on walking through because I didn't want my foot to go through a board. And if you look off to the left, it's going to be a little splash, but you can see a catfish come out of the water. And I'll point it out when it happens, but it made me jump. See right there. Yeah, so that was a catfish, if you were curious. But yeah, so this kind of just goes out to a little gazebo. And I know we were supposed to go to Lake Mercury this week, but there have been record temperatures at Lake Mercury, and I didn't want to go on a 3-hour to 7-hour hike in 110, 115 degree weather. So we're going to push that one back a little bit. I have the Teal Ridge Wetlands, which is where we are right now, for this week, and then I have a trail that is kind of on, it's on private property, family, friend owned. Yeah. So the wetlands were taken over, responsibility of the wetlands were taken over by Nature's Vein, which is a non-profit agency out of Perkins, Oklahoma. In 2018, that's when they took it over. Those little dirt mounds right there, those are crawdad holes or homes. Yeah, just interesting. But anyway, so in 2018, the Nature's Vein nonprofit agency out of Perkins, Oklahoma, took over the responsibility of basically keeping up the wetlands and whatnot. And I'm going to leave the link to the website down in the description if you want to donate to their nonprofit to basically keep the wetlands growing and, under control, because as you can see, it has grown up a little bit. But, that kind of gives it the experience, because it's, like, you get to walk through a natural wetlands, basically, but it has, like, the feel of, it has a path that you have to go on, but it still feels overgrown. So you can't really get lost, you know what I mean? Now, as we walk back, I tried to see if we could see a turtle or something, but I didn't see any more animals jumping out of the water. So we'll go right back up this little ramp. And get back up onto the path. Couldn't tell what kind of bird that was. But I assume they don't want pets because it is, natural animals, and they don't want dogs or cats killing their natural animals. So if you just respect that, that'd be great. Obviously, there's no guards or anything set out there stopping people, but it would be very nice if you didn't. Now, I just highlighted those little stickers that kept getting stuck all over me, which was not fun at all. Okay, I don't know if there was a cut in audio right there. I thought, so basically I'm having my bathroom floor torn out and replaced, and I thought they may have just showed up, but they didn't, so yeah. So continuing on, we're about to see, like, actually how grown up the grass actually is. Old bench that is basically lost. Now I'm holding this camera about chest high, and you can see the birds flying overhead. I think those were chimney swifts, but I'm not for sure. Now, right on the other side of this wetlands, there are like duplexes or a housing complex. That is also called Teal Ridge, so if you decide to come, just look up Teal Ridge Wetlands and it should get you there. And I wish I would have put the camera above my head to not, rub up against all that grass. So yeah, I am hoping you guys are enjoying these trails. I am kind of starting to not necessarily run out of them, but trying to improve how, like, my talking and doing more research before I do these recordings, which I really like doing research and that kind of stuff. I kept hearing something out on the side, like in the grass, and that's why I kept stopping and listening. And okay, so we are through the tall part. That's just a little clearing that goes off into the like housing addition, and we are back on a wooden path. Now you can actually see through the wooden path, and there's water all underneath. And if you listen really closely, you can hear cicadas in the background. That, like, constant high-pitched ringing. That's a cattail, if you didn't know. You always see, like, pictures of cattails by creeks and stuff, so. I would definitely wear jeans if you were to come here. I know jeans make it a little hotter, but it'll save your legs from being all scratched up from the grass. Another bench. And we are coming up on the second gazebo. You can see it kind of there in the distance. And my breathing is a little heavy because it was starting to get very warm. And then the second gazebo also needs a little bit of work, but it looks nice. There has been some vandalizing of this place recently. And so there are now cops who sit out in the parking lot at nighttime, you know, just to make sure people aren't coming and vandalizing stuff. That was just a plaque for the concrete, or the people who provided the concrete. And yeah, so out of 10, I would probably rate this a 6.5, just because of the nature side of it. Now, if the grass was trimmed back a little bit more, I would probably rate it a 7.5. Just because it's really nice, and I enjoy that they are trying to, you know, bring a little slice of nature into the city of Stillwater. That isn't like horses or cows. But yeah, the only problem is, you know, it's just not kept up as much as it should be or could be. Now I appreciate, you know, the nature part being nature, but on the path, it's a little grown up. Yeah. But I think that the Nature's Vein nonprofit agency is going to do great things when it comes to this place. Yeah. Oh, and that chimney on the top is for chimney swifts to live in. So that's just another interesting fact. Basically giving them a place to live that's not people's chimneys. And yeah, so that was the path.
And that was the Teal Ridge Wetlands in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And I will leave that link to their website in the description in case you guys want to donate so they can put the money to revitalizing the wetlands. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.